folks, welcome back to Timberpunk, and last time we got the mangrove swamp started. Why are you not working, sir? I can't believe you do not have, I guess maybe you don't have access? Oh, no, you are. Okay. I think maybe it's just the angle there. Okay, I see a problem, which one of you may have commented in the last video by now, or by the time you see this, because I'm recording this not too long after the last episode went up, because that's the way this has to work for it to come out on Monday, because I did not hit my schedule for last week because headaches. Headaches is still a problem. Oh, we're starting to put water in here. Awesome. That's cool. I was a little bit worried that wouldn't happen, so that is really good. Excellent. I was a little, yeah, headaches are still a problem, so this might be a shorter episode, but quite often when I say that, that doesn't happen. So, yep. I have a few plans for today because I'd forgotten about this. So I'm just going to bulk mark some of that to be deleted. So they can carry on with that. How many spare bots do we have? It says we have 20. We have 12 over here. So the main focus is going to be on this district today. And this is going to pick up on 2 of the suggestions. Assuming my understanding of one of the suggestions was right. If it's not, well, it's kind of tough. One of which was to max out well-being, and the other was to build a big city in the corner. And I kind of had a plan for this area anyway. So, yeah, that's what we're going to work on. I think the first part of this... No, we are not deleting the ruins, which is good. We are going to want to get rid of the ruins, and this is going to get kind of complicated and probably somewhat time consuming, but step 1 is to get in here, and I think probably we'll put in a couple of staircases to just give ourselves a few access points, because that should speed up the process. And it is indeed a process. And the reason I was curious about how many beavers we had is I'm going to throw in a couple more builders' huts. And I'm kind of wondering if it's going to look ugly, but function over form. Is that the correct terminology? I'm not sure. But I think we need some more charging capacity. I'm going to do that. It's not the closest to where we need it, but in that they're going to have to go around the forest to get to it, but it'll help, I think. So my plan for this, the vision that I have, can I pull it off? Get your mind out of the gutter? I'm not sure. So I'd like to rebuild the outer walls of this fortress. I think it was a fortress. With new ramparts. That means removing the ruins. And the thorns, obviously. And then maybe rebuilding the interior. The interior structure, I think we just built fresh with actual functional buildings. But the exterior, I'd like to try and remain true to. And I think probably the way to try and do that is first off to, well, 1, to rip out as many of the thorns as we can. Hence, wanting more bots over here. And then we do something. So maybe, I think probably I'm going to put put a path around the outside to define it, and then we just get a load of scrap metal dudes in to rip it out. And then rebuild it with levees, I think. I think it would look cool rebuilt as logs. And my thought is to essentially move all of the organic beavers over here and have it be a place for them to live and have just lots of well-being. Now that might take a little while, so I don't know how easy it's going to be to achieve that. One of the ways we can work on doing that is just maximizing the number of builders that we have. So we can bring more bots over, but we've got a decent number over here. So I'm just going to see how long it takes them to work their way into this and get on with that. While they're doing that, there's probably some things we can be doing over in the main district. So we had looked at a few things to do. So this is doing its thing actually, and I guess we should look to see res full. The threshold is 5.99. So this should switch off any moment. Yep. So these have paused. Awesome. So this is working. Brilliant. So we don't need to worry about bringing water over from there. So I guess the next question is, do we try and bring water over from here? Because we have sufficient water. So I want to keep the game running while we're doing this. So how would we do that? I guess. First thing we might want to do is, so we can seal. I just did a Barry Lewis joke. If you don't know who Barry Lewis is, he's a cooking YouTube content creator. So what can we do? What's the lowest we can seal this? I think that might be problem number one, is getting over these. We might have to come around the back here. No, that's not a problem, because we could come all the way across here and feed in here. That's not a problem at all, in fact, to come across here. And we could then just move this. So, yeah, that wouldn't be a problem at all. So let's work on that first. And all we need to do is change this for... This is going to cause some disconnects of power, but should build that pretty quick, I think. So we'll get them in to build that. This is going to be a bit of a multi-stage jobby. But we'll get that done first. Then we want to blast out this guy. It might be two. Operating with a headache makes this much less fun. And I was kind of tempted to not record today, but trying to stick to this new schedule, so we'll see how we get on. So please forgive me if there are more stupid mistakes than normal. Blast that out now. We're going to end up blocking that. And then literally, I think all we need to do is come down there. Because we just need to close one of those off, I think. And that will be sufficient to seal that. stop that leaking. It doesn't matter that we're sending more out here at the moment. It's not a problem at all. Yeah, if we do that, we're then going to get rid of that, turn those into vertical power shafts. Have a bad tide approaching, which shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't affect what we're doing here anyway at all. At this point, none of that particularly matters, which is partly why I'm asking about whether we start thinking about wrapping this series up, because the series is beyond the point where things are challenging. You know, we're into the doing things that are interesting, and yeah, we're past the surviving point. For a lot of people, that's the fun point. So if we do that, that'll be good. Get that done. I think we're going to need to get into here and start clearing out a bunch of these thorns and things. So I'm not sure what we can reach. So a bit of bulk marking of stuff wouldn't go amiss. Do that. So that's that done. So that, I think, has blocked that off. Awesome. Yep. Let them work on that. If we come over here, how are we looking? We are looking pretty good. So let's start to demark this. I guess we want to do the inside as well. Just do another big block of, no, deleting stuff, not undeleting stuff. There we go. And we'll just let them keep going on that. I'm going to leave pulling the scrap metal out until we've got it marked out and those bits that I can put in with levies done. I think that'll just make it easier. So go, and then we can put in ladders for access in a few spots. Straighten out some path. Wouldn't hurt, would it? Nope, not at all. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. And again, let's mark a bunch of stuff to be deleted. Probably want to put one there as well. I've not yet decided where we're going with this overflow tunnel, but you know, we'll go somewhere with it. 9,000. Yep, just checking that was still connected up. I mean, it makes sense to run it as close as we can, but not interfere with anything that we've got ready, which might be tricky. But anyway, I think if we start off with a bunch of clearance work, that'll make life easier. Got a pretty big workforce now, so we could probably, if I swapped you for a ladder, probably get down to some of this other stuff as well. If we then put another ladder there, like that, that might help as well. Yep, we'll think about a route. Maybe once it's evaporated a bit and been pumped out a little bit. I mean, this has got very full anyway, actually, even with being used last time. So maybe we don't need to bring water across. It's a good question. It's well asked. Because we are at the point, actually, where this is as full as it's going to get without us doing some other stuff. So maybe we just watch to see what happens. Because this is now backflowing off the map. So, yeah. Unless we start doing some other things, that's not going to go any further up. And it can't really go much more on the block anyway. So, you know, it's pretty much as full as it's going to get, just off of the water supply coming out of those blocks and the aquifers. So, maybe I don't need to worry. Maybe I am overcomplicating things. It wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the first time. But, you know, there's no reason we can't dump water in here to save more of it. But anyway, we'll keep plodding away. Pet peeve. Copying a thing with a path on it. It doesn't copy the path. Alright, how's this looking? This is looking good. Super happy with that. How are we looking over here? They're doing pretty good. Let's just mark a few of these. Bosh. Got those marked. Yeah. Grab a bit of path. Run that over there. Because we're headed towards this guy in the long run. How are we doing for scrap at the moment? We are at 550. How are we looking down in the mine? New mine, which isn't mining yet, I know. So they've cleared out all of that. So you can go and you can go. They've cleared out most of that. So there's still a bit more to go. Let's demolish you. Want to tunnel you out. Still working on that. So let's put you there. Grab a bit of path. Bring you around there. That's all blocked up, but do we really need to get in there? I don't know. Be nice to get to worst treated planks for the mine. Which means getting through this guy. So, you know. You are metal blocks. You should not be for that, but what we could do now is build under here. Let me, nope. Guess you are not tall enough? Question mark? Put some small ones in, we can. Oh, is there another spot? Yes, what we could do is under here, because this is bigger. There's even a tank there. So let's get rid of you. Let's put a straight path there. Let's switch you over to be extract on obtain. That way they'll empty the water out. Then we'll have and our bad water blocking is working, which is good. I guess the other way we could do this is I can come in here, put those there. You, but no, because we want to be able to reach. You put in single platform, ladder, and then above those, tunnel. Check I've got the right spot. So that is 214.26. I tunnel those out, then I should be able to put in a water tank, maybe, or extract tank. What are they getting on? They are doing good. So we can now run a path there, and there, and you can be marked to be demolished. There, so they now have a plentiful supply of treated planks for that. All we want to do is get these blasted out, and then hopefully we can put a bigger tank in there. Just that on to go, and then we'll go back and check on all the other stuffs that we've got going on. Go. So now, if I come down here and delete all of that, storage, you there. Awesome. Extract, obtain, prioritize. Actually, we won't prioritize by haulers. We will do rules. Create rule if output extract is less than 150. Prioritize by haulers. Save, duplicate, invert, save and close. Awesome stuff. And then we will get the mine running. And they should have close access to all of the things that they need. And we'll make one of you be scrap metal, prioritized by haulers, set to supply. And that should be fine because they should take those out of there. Brilliant. Good stuff. Right. Let's go over here. This is looking good. Right. So you to that corner, you around there, up there, there. Looking good. So these can now go. Bosh. You extend it to there. Be extended up to there because we do want to delete as much of this as possible. So let's go like that. They're all set to be deleted. Let's grab you. Come across here. Grab you. Come up here all the way to here. Grab you. Like all of that. That'll be good. Keep them working on all of that. Come in here. Grab a piece of path, put you there, put you under there, put you under there, bring you up to there. We put a platform there. They should then be able to grab that and that. Right. demolish tool. Much demolishing to be had, folks. Basically, all of the stuff that I didn't finish when I was doing this before. When we were panicking about being flooded out by the evil landlord. Evil landlord? Evil map maker. Where that came from. I haven't had a landlord in years. Right, that's all of that highlighted. Get you. All of that. Get all of that. You. Basically, I want to clean up as much of this as I can. If we're going to use this to store more water, now we will have to be careful and make sure that this gets sealed off. The bad water seep down here. Right. So over here, doing good. We should just have loads of beavers working on clearing stuff out at the moment. Over here, let's work our way towards this. Apologies that this is mostly a deleting things episode. It's kind of what we need to do to achieve stuff, you know? So, yeah. We still have spare beavers in this district. We do. We have spare bots, is what I meant. Or we'll get you in cutting those down. We should send more bots to this district. Let's make that 70. Let's get some more building going on. Because it's not a good idea to increase population without increasing charging capacity, we're going to do that. Yes, that looks a bit messy. I know. Deal with it. Right. Let the game catch up and build some more path. And building lots of path is not great for performance, but it's good for me understanding where we're doing things. So, and some of this can be deleted fairly soon. So, and if we prioritize a few things, things can be deleted quicker. So, here we go. That'll be good. So we're going to need a lot of logs over here. So we have a lot of logs sat doing nothing. So it would be sensible to start storing those logs so that we can use them in a little while. So let's start building some use your words. Storages for logs. There we go. Logs. Obtain. So we can then do a copy. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Then do a B. Go. And then we grab a piece of path and we put you there, there, there. And that'll at least grab some of the logs, which will be good. Right. So this piece of path can not be deleted. This piece of path can probably be deleted for now. mouse, do your thing, please. So, and predominantly I'm thinking that will allow them to start cutting down some of these trees, which would be good. Over here we need some access, so let's do that. You looks like we need a ladder to get to that. Much more of these we need to mark, so let's do that. That was not the correct button. Let's get some path through into there. Let's give them a ladder up there, because then they can start attacking that from there. That'll be good. Let's get you over there. You can start attacking that. That needs to be marked as demolish. That needs to be marked as demolish. Let's put a stairs there. That'll be good. Awesome. Alright, how are we looking over here? I suspect part of the problem is that we are full on logs for the moment, but we won't be for long, so yeah. But we'll get there. We'll get there, folks. Have patience. What we're going to do is we're going to take a thumbnail of this now. In the future, it should look very, very different. I guess we could also start with our walls where we can. Not the sausages. That's only funny if you're in the UK and if you've got the right sense of humour. Say sausages, folks. For context, they are a low-budget brand of sausage in the UK. Right. Anyway, yes, my mind is wandering a lot today. We are making some substantial progress. I am relatively pleased. And we've got those chargers built, which is good. Food and water are looking good. How's our mangrove situation now that we are into the drought? We are 7 days away from mangrove forest kicking in. So that's pretty good. You are not temperate. That's fine. This is very full, which is nice. So hopefully this will do its thing. If it doesn't, we'll make it bigger, essentially. You have nothing to do because you've demolished all of that. Fair enough. Well done. Good job. There is more scrap metal on the map. Obviously, we don't attack that because it's cool. But we're now into the mine. So hopefully we're going to be okay for mail blocks. And we will very soon be attacking a lot of scrap metal. I wish you could tell them which bits to take, because I guess I can in a way. I'd kind of like to leave the bit in the middle and work around it, but we'll do what we can do. And I think this is kind of an interesting way to rebuild this city, fortress, hence the name Fortress Farms. Hopefully that was obvious. May not have been. So this is one of the newer features on the map compared to when I played it, but yep. So we will hook these up. Planks are going to be useful. Scrap metal we will want to empty empty and be exporting. I think we're exporting scrap metal. Let's just check. District 1. Scrap metal, yes. Fortress Farms, no. Awesome. So I guess the thing to be doing is to have let's go storage. If we put you there, okay. Scrap metal obtain prioritized by haulers. There. You are dirt. You probably don't need to be, except that probably our dirt storage is quite full. Yep. So you're going to be duplicated. You're going to be set to be scrap metal supply, prioritized by haulers. Then we need an ladder like so, and a bit of path like so. And hopefully that will help with clearing the scrap metal through this guy. Hopefully. I guess we'll see. Back over here. More path to put in. Start building some more wall pieces. The parts in. Just to help. It also helps with them getting access to what they need to delete as well. I'm leaving that bit because obviously we're going to need an entrance of some form or other. So, yeah. Excellent. How are we looking down here? We are looking pretty good. We use stairs because then we don't have to have me whinge about building paths on top of them. Which, at least some of the people involved will probably enjoy. So that's happening. Let's grab you, put you there. Let's grab some more path, run that to there. 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 So I took a bit of a break to make some progress, essentially, because it was a bit dull, which we have. We have made progress. And equally, these guys have made some progress, which is good. So hopefully they should be able to get further over there. We are some way through the drought. We have mangroves coming up, which is cool. This is, how far down are we? We're nearly halfway down through this. So is this going to be big enough? Good question. Well asked. We'll find out. If it's not, we'll have to make it deeper. Is that a missed tree planting there? Oh, they just didn't get around to planting it. Or is it marked to be cut? And do we have a lumberjack in the area, I guess, is the other question that can reach it. So let's deal with that by unmarking all of those to be cut, I suppose. That will resolve the issue. Because it looks like I do have some of them being cut down. Anyway. So a lot of the thorns have been cleared, and we are still working on clearing thorns away. We're getting there. It's a bit of a pain over here. So it's essentially a process of throwing in paths and stuff. I'm going to say we'll just demolish that, but we can't because you can't demolish straight under the thorns. So we'll put that in and then we'll demolish it, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, we're mostly getting there. I've got some bots in tearing this out. This has been set to be emptied, but we need space to empty into. That's all been cleared out, so that can go, that can go. That can go, and that can go. Those can go. You can go. You can go. I don't know, I'm worrying to pick these up. We probably have plenty of most resources at this point. Be able to reach you, so we'll just put a platform there. That should deal with that. Some of this we can't reach, but we can do that with the benefit of an path from this side, I believe. Over here, this looks a little bit different. So there's no back to the fortress because it's got natural defenses of a big cliff, and that's, you know, valid strategy by the humans, I guess. I guess this was a human structure because it's ruins. And, you know, using that was a valid defense in the past. So we just had to attach that so that they can clear this last middle bit out, and then we have to start stripping all of the metalwork out to build the rest of the walls up. That, I fear, is going to take quite a bit of work. And then strip the guts of the interior out and rebuild all of that. So probably what we need to do is pause some builders to free up a bunch of bots. And then come in here, put down a scrap flag, make it a bot. It is a bot because we already have it set so that new built things will be bots, and essentially just litter the area with some scrap flags and start pulling down the walls. They will also start working on the middle, obviously. Maybe not obviously, but they will. We'll make you scrap metal as well. We'll set you B supply. I think we're going to end up with a huge excess of scrap metal at this point. Probably more than is being exported. But we'll just have to see how we get on with that. I did try adjusting the settings of this. So at the moment I've got District 1 set to export scrap, District or Fortress Farms set to not import, sorry, and District 1 set to import scrap. So that should be working, I believe. We'll see how we get on, because there's going to be a lot of scrap metal to take out of this district. If we get to the point where they're not doing it fast enough, we'll start deleting warehouses and deleting piles of scrap. But we'll come to that when we need to, I guess. Alright, you can go, you can go. I'm pretty much coming to the end of what's going to be today's video, folks, just because my head is coming to the end of what I can deal with today. So what I think I'm going to try and achieve, and I'm not sure if I will or not between videos, is get the rest of this stuff cleared out in prep for next time. I think dealing with this is going to be easy. I think it is literally just a case of putting hand levy there. Pretty simple. And I think we can just put another tubeway piece there, and they can, in fact, they're already building that, so we don't even need to worry. They're building it out of the back of there. So that deals with that. And we should be good from there, I believe, to be able to flood this. if we so choose. The alternative is we build an aqueduct across to be able to fill this. If we're going to fill this, we need to do something. I hadn't even checked that this was working, but it is, which is good. What we need to do is put some fill valves or something, some throttling valves, something which is one way here, so that we can put more water in here, or even down here, anywhere, really, just to let us put more in here without it flowing back out off the map. That's fine. That is entirely possible. These guys are doing a very good job of quickly ripping through these. I'm guessing they don't have that much scrap in them, which is actually pretty useful. I'm going to make these walls more than one levy high in time. I'm just using that as a way to lay out the boundary currently. I'm thinking probably like 3 high, something like that will be good. Maybe with some constructions on the corner, because it's kind of meant to be castle fortress like. Yeah. But anyway, guys and girls, and however you choose to identify yourself, let me know your thoughts on what we are working on, what we've achieved. I have no idea how long this is actually going to edit down to, because I've recorded it in a couple of chunks. If it's shorter, well, that's just how it's rolled today, unfortunately. Unfortunately, my weekend has been spent with a headache. Well, one continuous headache, and that's just the nature of my health sometimes. Well, not my health, it's been something that I've lived with all of my life. It is not a thing to be any more worried about than has been a factor of my life forever. Sometimes I struggle with headaches. They come and go. It's just been a bad weekend for them. So, anyway. Yeah, let me know what you think. So the plan is to build basically to move the 90-ish beavers up here with all of the things beavers need to be happy. That means we'll be replacing them working with bots. So it's kind of an end game move. But we are kind of in the end game. I'm thinking we'll make this a separate district, probably. So we'll need tubeways coming across here. Yeah. Anyway, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time.